Rare, oh rare, is my Banjo Kazooie. Ahh Rare, once a powerhouse gaming company during the SNES era with Donkey Kong Country and the N64 era with Banjo Kazooie. During the N64 days, Rare was so powerful not even the mighty Zeus himself can strike thee down, for they were no mere mortal. Rare was pumping out amazing games during the N64 era like a boy during puberty that just realized his penis has another function. They made such cult classic titles such as Donkey Kong 64, GoldenEye, and Killer Instinct to name a few, until they flew too close to the sun and fell from the heavens when they were bought by Microsoft. And from there, we never saw our Bear and Bird duo have their own game again since nuts and bolts.
Oh no!
But there was a special Rare game on the N64 that was a hidden gem, that released near the end of the N64's lifespan, until 2013 when a certain Swedish YouTuber played it. That gave it a huge resurgence back into the media. Yet this was no ordinary video game Rare was known to make. Welcome everybody, I'm sitbadFurDay, and in this week's review is a cartoon 3D platformer, but don't let looks deceive you, in Conker's sBadFurDay.
Hold it!
Are you a misfortunate rando that just happened to click this video? Well, if you enjoy watching, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. You can also hit the bell, but we all know you're just gonna refresh your recommendations. But please help me reach my biggest goal this year of 1K. Hefty goal. Now, that's enough time out of me, so back to the video. Leave it to Rare to create the first mature 3D platformer on the N64. It's a game like no other with cartoon characters yet with mature themes. But Conker's sBadFurDay was pretty difficult to get your hands on because you either had to buy the N64 cartridge somewhere or play Conker Live and Reloaded, an Xbox remake that was hit with mixed reviews due to censorship issues.
Oh no.
Luckily, during Rare's 30th anniversary, they created the Rare Replay, where they're here to say, get ready for an all-star show, bum bum bum. Ah, I love that musical intro. It just sucker punches you with old Rare vibes. The Rare Replay is a collection of 30 Rare titles, and this was how I was able to play Conker's sBadFurDay. It's kind of the best way to play it if you don't have an N64. What's interesting is the Rare Replay has a small documentary behind the making of Conker's sBadFurDay. It's hilarious to learn how Conker was supposed to be a cute and cuddly platformer, but Mario 64 and Banjo Kazooie threw that idea out the window.
That's voodoo. Out the window with that.
Where do I even start with the story? Conker's sBadFurDay's story is all about Conker getting himself into weird events that ultimately ends with someone's misfortune. It begins with Conker on a throne as he tells his tale on how he became king in just a day. A night with the boys went south as Conker got plastered and lost. Meanwhile, the Panther King's table keeps dropping his milk because, I don't know, boss. So the only way to fix it is having a red squirrel fit in its place. Coincidentally, Conker's a red squirrel. But the story mainly revolves around Conker just trying to get home, but he happens to fall into situations where others need his help. And these situations range from killing zombies to a bee wanting to pollinate a big-breasted sunflower.
Now this is what I call a platform game.
Rare really went above and beyond creating a story-driven 3D platformer where some events are so surreal it makes you sit and wonder, why? The story feels like a fever dream, and when you think it's normal again, they slap you with more weird crap. But that's the appeal to Conker's sBadFurDay. It's a hilarious tale of a really bad day that keeps you engrossed the whole time because you want to know how will it end. It's kind of like The Hangover. With a story so nutty it makes you question your reality. Conker's sBadFurDay's gameplay is like a wacky nut punch of goofy antics. Conker is mainly a 3D platformer. He shares a lot of characteristics its fellow comrades have, such as a hover move in the air, a high jump, and a handy-dandy frying pan. Also, to progress through the game, you have to acquire cash to pay off people. So get those jiggies and star bullshit out of here because we are collecting cold hard cash. But what makes Conker so special is his ability to use context sensitive. Context sensitive is like a fourth wall break that gives Conker anything he needs. So if you're in a fight with a giant Oprah singing shit, Context sensitive has your back and your hiney. Are those pesky bats getting in your way? Burn them through Context sensitive. You want a chiseled six-pack like Jamie Dornan? Would I? Well, work out, fat ass. Context sensitive. It's so odd, yet I love it. Rare utilized context sensitive a lot throughout the game, and I was always intrigued to see what random bullshit Conker was going to bring out when he had a chance. There's rarely a company that creates such an outside-the-box idea that also pokes fun at video games. And ironically, the company is named Rare.
Clever.
But Conker's Bad Fur Day isn't just a 3D platformer. Oh no, there is much more within. You know how games try to incorporate new ideas to spicing things up, such as a driving section? Well, Conker's Bad Fur Day takes those random segments and makes it the whole game. There's never a boring period in Conker because you're always doing something different. One moment you're riding a bull, next it's a first-person shooter, and then it's the f***ing Matrix? Rare was aiming to make sure Conker was unique and that the player wouldn't be bored, so by having new gameplay mechanics happen periodically throughout the game, it should keep the players on their toes and wanting to play more. That is very true, yet backfires tremendously. So again, you know how games try to incorporate something new like a driving section that rarely anyone likes? Conker's Bad Fur Day suffers from 3 major issues: controls, and did I mention controls? Conker's controls are very irritating because you have to play it safe by how Conker takes fall damage like a soccer player being touched. And the first person shooting controls are inverted, so the camera becomes the movement while the movement becomes the camera. It's so counterintuitive. Another issue is how in Conker when it rains, it pours, because a single hit can mean death by how bullshit it can get at times. Now stir all of these problems together with the fact that Conker's gameplay is always changing. So instead it backfires and creates more frustration by how some segments are super difficult because the controls are a huge hindrance to the player. And this is being said about the Rare replay version with updated controls for the remote.
Even in the future, nothing works.
Now I will say Conker's Bad Fur Day is mainly anger-inducing for newcomers and unlucky duckies. If you already played Conker and know what to expect, it's kind of a breeze to blow by, because you have become one with the bullshit controls. Yet that kind of reveals how Conker is a pretty short game. I was able to beat it on my Twitch at sit_back_reviews in a matter of 7 hours. But when I first replayed it before streaming, my time was 15 hours because I was constantly dying and I was stuck on certain segments. Now, Rare did add some fun multiplayer modes to Conker's Bad Fur Day that are pretty entertaining. Gotta hand it to Rare for some of these modes because they are a perfect friendship breaker. You know it's good multiplayer when you wanna smash the TV. My favorite though is Heist, just because it's a whole bunch of chaotic goodness to grab the cash, and I like bopping people with the bat.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
Rare gave Conker the same visual love they do for any of their games. The character designs are great for its time. Now, not all of them are perfect though, such as Jugga or the Sunflower, where their faces look like they were drawn by Picasso, yet their bodies were sculptured by Ichio Oda with huge badonkers. But they still present the characters very well, something I feel Rare made sure was on point because the story is the driving force of Conker's Bad Fur Day. That can be said about the locations too. The backgrounds and the layouts really illustrate to the player the idea Rare was aiming for. When you step into the magical land of feces, Rare created a cruddy representation of steaming shitza flowing around with chocolate-tish fumes releasing from the deep layers of stool on the floor, as a crap jazz song, or what I like to call crapaz, is playing.
I got it. I got the concept.
Now, why did I use this as my example that most likely grossed you out? Because I'm evil. But this shows that Rare made sure each set piece theme was attuned to how they want the player to feel as if they are there. The only issue with the graphical side, or more like the audible side of things, is the lack of music. Hear me out before you start canceling me in the comments, because I do love the soundtrack, and I adore Robin Beanland. Heck, I was even singing with a song. Gonna go give these bees. Let's go put them on the big sunflower with big ol' titties. This da 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 da. Let's go bring these bees to the sunflower because I gotta jump on her tits. Oh, Jesus! But what I mean is how a lot of the songs in Conker are mainly conversational tunes. Again, nothing against it because they really make the conversations lively, and I'll touch on that soon. Yet in terms of the world songs, there are only a couple. The songs we did get are really catchy. My favorite is the club song that is synchronized with the lights, plus it's freaking techno! But when I was going through the soundtrack for the review, I kinda realized that the majority of songs came from the conversations and not the locations. Now, this isn't the end of the world, honestly. It's more like I love the soundtrack and I wish Robin Beanland would make more amazing music for my greedy ass.
You took my only food. Now I'm gonna starve.
Even though the music is mainly for conversations, the conversations is honestly the pride and joy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. The interactions are downright hilarious. Just like the gameplay, there is never a dull moment with talking to an NPC. Conker's Bad Fur Day is witty, vulgar, and dirty. Mwah! Perfecto. Rare really went above and beyond, making sure each conversation was going to be an experience.
Why is it everybody so offensive around here?
I will say some jokes didn't age too well though. Yet Conker came out during a different period, so I can't really criticize it because it may not be allowed today, but it was okay before. So from a comical standpoint, Conker is freaking hilarious. Like, come on. Has there ever been a game with a character named the Great Mighty Pooh who sings a song as he throws his tish at you? I don't think so. But one thing's for sure is he can really hit the brown note. Potty humor aside, I'm guessing you've most likely been wondering, hey, are some of those clips you've shown movie references? Yes it is. Or that's what I think you're thinking of. For all I know, it can be, is this guy insane? And yes I am. Conker's Bad Fur Day is riddled with movie and Rare references. Rare really nerded out on some of these homages, making some of them exact replicas. Then there were the references Rare made about themselves, with Banjo's head mounted over the fireplace, to Conker playing a Game Boy with Killer Instinct music playing. Conker himself is one big Rare reference because he had his own game on the Game Boy Color, Conker's Pocket Adventure, and he has made a cameo in Diddy Kong Racing. So Conker is kinda like a washed up actor in a sense. The many references Rare put into Conker just adds more to the humor because they're so outlandish. Again, it makes Conker so special because it's a cartoon parody of those movies, and it's freaking hilarious to see what they would reference. But Conker's Bad Fur Day's references always reminded me of those goofy movie parody movies, you know?
Yo.
What's up?
Conker's Bad Fur Day is a game like no other. It has its flaws that are pretty big, yet if you can look past it, you'll find a comical experience. Now, will we ever see Conker again? Probably not, because he is most likely in Purgatory Hell with Banjo. But at least we can always have in our hearts, context sensitive! Thank you everybody for watching. If you are new and enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to help support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you notice, I said rarely a lot in the video and thought that I just had a small vocabulary. That is kind of true, but there's a reason to it. I want to see if you can count how many times I said rarely as a little pun in the video. So there's kind of a method to my madness. Also, my Twitch, my Instagram, and my Twitter are down in the description below. So I stream regularly on Twitch, so if you want to come on down and join me, please do. And my Instagram and my Twitter are just great ways to see 1-minute game reviews and my random post. I don't know why I really stopped on that one, but you can go and follow them if you want. You know, it's there. It's there. But that's enough Conker for the day. So, like always, have a great day and goodbye.